Nike, bro, what's up? Like, what's going on? Where's the Nigel Sylvester collab with the airship, bro? Like, it's crazy that y'all gave us this and it say every game instead of bike air, bro. Like, that's all I'm asking for. That's it. That's it. Where is that? I need to know. The streets are waiting. We waiting. Come on. Come on. Who gotta get it done? Is it Nigel? Like, what's going on? What's good, family? You are looking live at another episode of Special Delivery, and today we have Nike's new Every Game Airship in the blue colorway that everybody is looking for. And these joints are fire, but the reason why everybody's looking for them is because they thought that this was a shoe that it actually is not, and the other shoe that they thought it was, we're probably never gonna get at this point. Like, I don't think that that's going to be a thing, which, like, that's fine. Don't get me wrong. This shoe right here, it is fire. I just feel like at this point, the airship is kind of pointless. Like, what are we doing with the sneaker, Nike? Like, why did we bring this joint back after 40 years of nothing? Like, I have no idea at this point. We're gonna talk a little bit about that today, but before we dive into it, y'all know the vibes. We gotta actually unbox these joints, so let's do it. All right, let's see what these joints is hitting on, man. Let's take a look at these airships, bro. Yo, this is a nice looking shoe. I am not gonna lie to y'all. This is a nice looking shoe. I got my complaints about the airship, but the aesthetics is not one of them, I'm telling you. So obviously this sneaker it's got that vintage 80s basketball vibe on it. Very obviously, because that's the era that it comes from. You see, you got the leather just all over this joint. And actually, if you really look down close into it, it's kind of worn, right? It's a little cracked. You got that cracked leather vibe, similar to the Amamayer Air Jordan 1 and Air Jordan 2. Like, it has that same vibe, maybe not to the same degree, but it is definitely there. The best part about this sneaker, though, for me, is the hint of light blue that you get just all over the joint. It comes in this hairy suede hue right here. You got that on the eyelets right here, going up into this collar area of the sneaker right here. And even on the swoosh right here, which is really, really nice. Got a little bit of an aged look to the tongue right here. You can see it's got a little bit, it's like a little tinge of yellowing to it that makes it feel a little bit more vintage. Then you got a lace swap right here, some white laces right there, but the original laces that come with the sneakers are blue, which you can see right here. You go to the back, you have Every Game right there, which is the sort of story behind this specific pair of sneakers that we will get into in a second. But before we do, just take a second and admire this joint. The outsole right here, you got that classic Nike outsole right here. Looks really, really nice, man. Sort of similar to that Jordan 1, obviously, because this is the model that, or one of the models, I should say, that the Jordan 1 was actually based on right here. And yeah, man, this is just a really nice sneaker, man. It really is. Like, the quality is there. The aesthetics are there, the coloring is there, the detail is there. This is a really good shoe right here. And it comes with a solid story too. I will say, like, the whole Every Game thing, like, that's a cool thing to sort of hint at and go back to with the airship. So let's talk about that a little bit. So the story behind this sneaker is a really interesting one. This is the Every Game airship in this sort of Carolina blue colorway because Michael Jordan apparently wore a Carolina blue pair of shorts under his actual Chicago Bulls shorts every game when he played for the Chicago Bulls his rookie year. And this is the sneaker, obviously, that Jordan was wearing. So y'all know the story behind the airship. This is the shoe that Mike had to wear in preparation for the Jordan 1, or I should say, while they were actually putting the finishing touches on the Jordan 1. Because while Mike did see the prototype already, when he signed with Nike, the shoe was not yet ready to be worn. And so he had a placeholder model, which was this airship right here, which was designed by Bruce Kilgore, the same guy who designed the Air Force One, which is kind of like the bridge between that Jordan 1 and the Air Force One. Like, that's what the airship is to me a little bit. Like, the airship is It's what got Mike to that final destination, which is really cool. But it's also a story that we've heard a bunch of times over at this point. Like, I think this every game thing, this every game detail is a nice detail to add to that story. It gives us a little bit more insight on the person that Michael Jordan was back then. But I kind of am waiting on Nike to spin the airship forward a little bit, right? Like, this is a shoe obviously with a lot of history, but if you're going to bring it back in so many colorways and do it in a way that makes it feel like a current shoe, then I feel like you kind of need to make it that. Nike hasn't quite done that yet. So let's talk a little bit about that before we get out of here. My thing with the airship is that it feels kind of pointless at this point, which is sad to say because this is a shoe with so much history, but I just don't know what Nike is doing with it at this point. So obviously this is a shoe, this is a model that Nike brought back after 40 years of being away in 2020 when they dropped the New Beginnings pack along with an Air Jordan 1 colorway, the original Air Jordan 1 colorway, which was really nice. That was something really cool that Nike did specifically surrounding that All-Star game in 2020. And that was something that, you know, you could appreciate as a Nike basketball fan. Like, this was Nike paying homage to the OG era that really kicked everything off. And, you know, as a one-off sneaker, that was fine. But then the airship just has come back over and over and over and over again. And it's like, yo, what are we doing with this shoe? Like, is this the new Jordan 1? Is that what y'all are trying to do? Because I really don't feel like it has that sort of momentum to it. And there haven't been any like big name collabs necessarily with it. We've gotten a lot of really good colorways. We've gotten a really good PE now, 2 really good PE nows if you count the red colorway of this sneaker too. And I don't know, man. I'm just waiting on Nike to give us that airship collab or make the special pair of airships that everybody has been waiting for, because otherwise, what did we really bring this shoe back for? If it was a one-off, that would have been great. I would have appreciated that so much more than what we have now. But now that I've seen this shoe in so many different colorways and so many different forms without necessarily a good story behind it, it just feels a little bit cheaper to me. And I don't know, that makes me kind of sad because I really appreciate the history behind it. But let us know what y'all think in the comments. Anyway, that's a wrap for this episode of Special Delivery. I'm your boy Sykes, and this is the Every Game PE Airship. We will catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.